You guys, I did it. I did it. I finally, finally, finally have done everything I need to do to create my podcast. Like, I'm finally serious about this. Like, this video is going to finally make it on YouTube. Y'all don't understand my struggle. Procrastination has been a fucking killer for me. Let me make sure I look good. Y'all, I'm doing it. I was supposed to do this podcast with so many other people, and everyone I was supposed to do it with flaked for good reason, because God wanted me to do it by myself. So yeah, I'm just following God's orders. Y'all. Okay. Stop getting excited, bitch. This is serious. So, to anyone who's watching, at first, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, tapping in. I'm going to try my best to give y'all as much knowledge as I possibly can without bias. I am going to put my 2 cents in there. I'm going to give my opinion as well. But most of it is going to be facts, because I don't really move off of emotion as much. Yeah, I really don't. So yeah, let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about, before I even get to the laws of the metaphysical and the laws of the land, I just want to shout out my girl right here, please. Can we give it up for my plant? Okay. I have to talk about her in the first episode, because I could literally cry looking at her. I love this plant so much, and this plant loves me so much. Look at her moving. I love you. She's so excited. They was all asleep. All my plants was asleep, and I woke them up and reorganized them. I love y'all. Plants and me will always be. I love plants so much. And the reason I want to talk about this plant specifically is because this is a mango plant. And this is actually a mango that I ate and grew. So I remember like 2023, like the end of 2023, beginning of 2024 is when I ate this mango. And I was actually in a homeless shelter when I ate this mango. And I felt kind of lost, I was just tired of putting all my energy outside of me and putting my trust in things that were outside of me, when God literally gave me all the answers. I believe he gives everyone the answers. So like for me, he did give me all the answers that I needed. Like I never ever needed to go outside of myself. And oh shit, I hope I'm not messing this up. I never needed to go outside of myself, and the fact that I did, it always backfired. So I was tired of doing that. I spoke with God, and he basically told me, baby, all the answers are in you. So I ate a mango one day, and I kissed it. I gave it love and everything. And I started I don't even know what made the mango grow, honestly. Like, I can't even tell y'all. I kissed it, Winter kissed it, but like also we kiss everything we eat, especially fruits. Like we kiss our plants, that's like normal. So I don't know if it's that made her grow, child. I think it was also the fact that I was in such a beginning of growth state. Like I was just starting to know my power, know myself, love myself truly. And like me and this mango tree are growing together. Also, me and this fig tree, all three of us, we've been growing together. All three of us. So the mango, the money tree, and the fig tree, we all been growing together. The fig, y'all, this is 1 month of growth. This is 1 month of growth, which means that in this past month, I've grown a lot. That's how I take it. I believe that. And she's grown too, especially like this long, big one here. It was getting a little damaged, and I just kissed her, prayed over her, put her in the sun, and she just got better. Like, I don't really understand humans, but I understand plants. And I just love them so much, especially you, baby, because I was in a homeless shelter when I planted this. And I remember my mom was like, I was like, Mom, I'm growing a mango. And she's like, a mango? Like, mangoes don't grow in New York, girl. Like, you are not growing a mango. That mango's gonna die, blah, blah, blah. Everyone said that. And you defeated the odds, just like I did. Just like I did. And I really, out of all my plants, I love all of y'all. I love every single last one of y'all. Even you, I love you. I love all of you. But her, she, like, I can't wait to buy land and put her in a big plot of land. Like, she's gonna be so big. She's gonna be in the soil, in the dirt, in the earth. She's gonna be so happy. Like, I can't wait to do that for you, baby. You, all of y'all, all of my trees. I have so many trees in here. But yeah. All right. Well, enough about my mango plant. It's just a sentimental thing. Growth is such a beautiful thing. Learning is such a beautiful thing. And I love to learn. I love to grow. I hate feeling like I'm stagnant or feeling like I can't move. So, yeah. So now let's get into it, child. Let's get into it. Let's get into this law of mentalism, okay? The law of mentalism is basically one of the first. I want to start with the law of mentalism because once you get the grasp and gist of the law of mentalism, everything else follows. You can't really understand the law of attraction or the law of this or the law of that if you don't even understand the law of mentalism. If you don't understand that everything that's happening in your life right now is all playing out in your mind, you are creating your reality from your own mind. If you don't understand that, you will never get to the law of attraction. We need to start there. We need to, ooh, that's so good. Thank you. Y'all, the universe is perfect. I don't even have that much sugar. I had a little bit of honey with mushrooms and I put the honey in there and it tastes so good. And it wasn't even that much honey. I'm like, damn, it's going to be not tasting good. How could tea not taste good, right? I'm going to have to edit this so fucking much. So let us begin with the law of mentalism. The law of mentalism, like I said, I want to start with the law of mentalism because that gives kind of like a gist of all the other laws. You can't really understand the law of attraction or the law of correspondence, the law of cause and effect, the law of, you can't understand the law of attraction. All these metaphysical laws, you cannot understand it if you don't understand that all is the mind. Everything is playing out in your mind that is coming into fruition. You manifest things with your thoughts. Okay. So to change the visible, you have to change the invisible. To change the fruit, you have to change the root. So to change the reality, you have to change the mind, where it starts. Everything starts in the mind, right? Science proves this with neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity basically says that you could change your brain. You can change the neural connections in your brain. You can create new ones and you could burn off the ones that you have right now. Okay? Your brain can change. Neuroplasticity proves the brain's ability to rewire, reprogram, restructure itself to do whatever the fuck it is that you want it to do. So you can change your mind so you could change your reality. Mind is a creative force. When you have a focused thought, it can change physical reality. So your thoughts can change the physical reality of your brain, which entails that it will change the physical reality of the world outside of you, right? That's one way that science proves it. Science also proves the law of mentalism through the placebo effect. The placebo effect basically says, bitch, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. The placebo effect basically shows us that the mind can change based on expectation, right? So your expectation of something will change the physical reality. Now, the placebo effect is scientific because it shows measurable results. Like, it's not really like a myth. Like, it's not a myth, baby. This is measurable results. The placebo effect also shows that focused thought can change reality. A focused thought can change reality, right? Which lets us know that everything is in the mind. And it all starts in the mind. Okay? You can heal yourself from your mind. Why do we even have medication if the placebo effect is real? But also, they use the placebo effect to show and to see if their medication actually works. The placebo effect is used to see if things actually work or not. And it's crazy because if the placebo effect is real, nothing works. Nothing works. Nothing works. It's all in your mind. I literally just got that. If the placebo effect is real, nothing works. Even this tea. No, but shit do be working. Should be working. Do shit work or do shit only work because you think it's working? That's the placebo effect. And that's mentalism, ultimately. We're talking about now the law of mentalism and the art of mentalism, right? So mentalism, if you look it up on Google, mentalism is also a performance art or magic where people can basically read your mind, or clairvoyance, any activity that is supernatural that the mind can do that other people's minds cannot, right? That's mentalism. So I don't really want to get too much into the art form of mentalism because I do believe that mentalism, like in the art form, is people who have mastered the law of mentalism. If you can plant shit in people's head and read minds and influence thoughts, control perceptions, shit like that, you've mastered the art of your own mind. Now you can step into the realm of other people's minds. I think that. I think. So anyways, not too much on the art of mentalism because I ain't trying to get on that. I want y'all to understand the law. I want you to understand that your mind is causing your turmoil. Okay? I want you to understand that your mind is causing your bliss, your heaven, your nirvana. I was doing this like in fucking 2021. I started SNS, which was like sex and spirituality. I wanted to talk about sex and spirituality. I always wanted to talk to y'all. But I just didn't know how. Procrastination, fucking excuses, fucking a bunch of shit that doesn't fucking matter in real life, for real. Like, dead ass, it don't matter. All them excuses I made, bitch, my YouTube channel would have been I would have had 5 years of info for y'all already if I would have did it when I was supposed to. Well, if I would have did it when I wanted to. I was supposed to do it now, though. I couldn't have done it then. I couldn't have told y'all everything I'm telling y'all now because I wasn't who I am now then. I had to be homeless. I had to grow her. I had to grow all of them. I had to grow myself. I had to grow my hair. I had to grow my heart. I had to grow my wisdom. You feel me? So the law of mentalism in Memphite theology, it says that Ptah, which is the god of creation, the creator of sculptor, the craftsman, the creator of the cosmos, right? He created through the power of his tongue and his heart, right? So his heart being his thought, the semen, and his tongue being speech, words, bringing things into manifestation, right? And it also says that the heart is like semen and speech is like Adam's hands, Adam creation's hands. Like, you're creating atoms with your words. Now, if you also go to like Ma'at, which is a goddess and also like a set of principles, a set of rules. So Ma'at is a goddess of truth, justice, balance, order, harmony, right? In ancient Egyptian texts, like the Book of the Dead, it says that the heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at. right? Your thoughts determine who you really are. You're measured by your thoughts. At the end, it's your thoughts that count. And if you think about Thoth, Thoth was the god of wisdom, magic, and writing. Now, it's said that Thoth brought himself into creation through his thoughts, hence the name Thoth, right? It says that he came from Set's forehead, his first eye, and he spoke himself into existence. Thoth spoke himself into existence, the heart and the tongue. Come on. Now, let's also talk about the heart and the tongue. The heart, now our third eye, we think our third eye is looking out here, and it's not. Okay? I recently learned that our third eye is actually facing down. It's facing the spinal cord. It's facing the heart. It's facing this heart, right? The third eye. It's like looking down. And it made me think. And it made me think, right? Because whatever we think, it reflects on our heart. The pineal gland is like a light. It's like a light, right? Like an eye. It's like a light shining on the heart. So whatever the heart feels, sees, it's a two-way street. Whatever the heart feels, the mind sees in the third eye. That's like your reality, right? It's what you're perceiving, because perception is everything. Everybody is perceiving things different. Why? Because our third eye is looking down. Our third eye is looking at different shit. Everybody's third eye is looking at something different, right? That's what causes different perception. Because if I'm seeing shit from a fucked up point of view, that means I got some fucked up shit going on in there. My third eye is looking at shit from a fucked up lens. You understand? You're looking at it wrong. When your heart is clean, pure, loving, peaceful, you're looking at shit from a different lens. You could put two people in the same position and they're going to look at it differently. Why? Because of their perception. And that just makes me think of like Thoth, the god of wisdom. You know, he created himself through himself. He spoke himself into existence. That's why he's the god of magic. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thought is the god of magic. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Because our thoughts are like magic, bro. If the placebo effect is real, that's magic. Who is going to tell me that that's not magic? That I can give you something and tell you, hey, this is going to take the pain in your leg away. You got a pain in your leg? Here, take this. It's going to take it away. I give you fucking air. And you say, oh my God, thank you for giving me that pill. Yo, that shit helped me so much. It took away all my pain. Bro, I didn't give you shit. That was you. That's magic. That's magic. Who was going to tell me that's not magic? So it makes sense. Your thoughts are literally magical. All right, so we spoke about Kemeticism, right? And Path, Ta, the god of creation, heart, tongue, thought, speech, right? And your thoughts, I just explained to y'all the third eye and everything. Well, your first eye. So now, Hermeticism. Hermeticism stole everything from Kemeticism. Basically, the Kybalion is a text that was published in 1908. The author, or the three initiates, had written was that all is the mind, right? This is most people's understanding of mentalism comes from the Kybalion, because it's white people. So that's where people usually think it comes from. But it does originally come from ancient Egyptian Kemeticism. Everything in existence is a result of the divine mind, which is the all, the one mind, universal consciousness, basically, right? Everything in our physical is a manifestation of mental vibrations. What are mental vibrations? Your thoughts. What are you vibrating at? Right? Are you vibrating high? Are you vibrating low? Well, then that's what's going to show. That's what's going to manifest itself, however your mind is vibrating. Now, if you even think about like alchemy and magic, right? The power of the mind is the influence of those things. It's the influence of reality. You can alter experiences and events in your life. You can influence events in your life. You influence what you get. You influence how you get it. You influence everything when you change your perception, when you change your mind, right? And by changing your perception, by changing your mind, you also change your perception of things. So, like, doesn't matter what happens, it's a good thing. So when that happens, you only get good things, if that makes sense. Once you change your mind, you change the events, you change the reality, and you also change the perception, even if you don't change the reality. Some people will see the change in the reality. You may not see it. Nah, you gonna see it, my nigga, because that should change like that. So now let's talk about Buddhism. Buddhism. I love Buddhism because Buddha, a lot of people know Buddha for saying, we are what we think, right? That's mentalism. We are what we think. What we think we create. What we think we manifest. Buddha said that. Buddha said that. Also, what Buddha said, and I think this is why I love Buddha so much for this, he said that the mind is the root of all suffering and to all liberation. Run it back, run it back. The mind is the root to both suffering and liberation. The mind, your mind is the root to your suffering and to your liberation. So liberate yourself right now. In the Four Noble Truths, it says that mental attachments and desire are the root of suffering. So, what is mental attachments and desire? That's lack of control, lack of discipline, lack of control over your mind, right? That's the root of suffering. That's what Buddha said in the Four Noble Truths. If you look at the Noble Eightfold Path, which is the path to nirvana, he says, mastering your mind through mindfulness and meditation is the only way to liberate yourself from suffering. Mental clarity, mindfulness, meditation, okay, is the only way to liberate yourself from suffering. It's the only way to liberate yourself from the cycle of suffering, which is called samsara. You're going to be in that cycle of samsara for a while if you don't get control over your mind. Mental clarity, mindfulness, meditation. I love Buddha for that because the way he puts it, like he gives you the Four Noble Truths, he lets you know what's up, and then he gives you the Noble Eightfold Path, the path to get it right. Buddha. Another Chinese philosophy that proves mentalism is Daoism. Taoism. The mind controls the chi. Chi is the vital life force, right? Everybody has a vital life force. Your life force is your chi. The mind controls the flow of chi in your body. That's what I did with that lady. I did chi with some lady. She was doing Tai Chi in the park. And I would see her every day when I would walk my daughter to school. And I told her, and I said to myself, if I see this lady one more time, I'm going to ask her if I could do it with her. And I asked her, and she said yes. And it was such a beautiful experience. Really amazing woman, beautiful woman. God bless her. Tao is basically the universal flow of energy. When you have mental attunement to the universal flow of energy, that's when you have harmony. And I am trying to achieve Wu Wei, which is no action, effortless action, which basically means in Taoism, it means that you are moving, you are just flowing through life. You are flowing. You are in the mental attunement, the frequency of life. You are not fighting anything. You are not going. You are not coming. You are just flowing. When you move without force and you can achieve great things and you just effortless, effortless. In Taoism, that's called Wu Wei, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. You just are using your chi, your vital force, with the universe. You and the universe are working together. That's when you and the universe are working together. That comes through mental clarity, when the mind is in attunement. The Upanishads in Hinduism describe basically our minds as a powerful force that shapes both our individual reality and cosmic universal reality, right? Specifically, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, those Yoga Sutras, in them, there's like the Dharma, I don't want to fuck it up. OMG. That was a big ass mushroom in my tea. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali emphasize the importance of mental discipline. Mental discipline is key. What's mental discipline? The law of mentalism. Mind is all. You get control over your mind, you get control over your life. If you can control your mind, fuck controlling your emotions, nigga. They be like, you gotta get control of your emotions. No. You need to get control of your mind because your mind is what creates your emotions. Okay? Let's get into that. Your thoughts become your behavior. Your thoughts create your feelings, and then your feelings create your behavior, right? That's how I think it go. Or if it don't go like that, that's how it should go. Because it starts in your thoughts. Your thoughts will create how you feel. That's why they tell you you can't be in your head. You cannot be in your head too much. When I was in my head too much, I was miserable. Bitch, if I'm thinking something, I'm gonna fucking say it. My father raised me that way. He raised me to say whatever the fuck I wanted whenever I wanted. Fearless. Because what are you gonna do about it? I'm gonna call my dad. Like, what do you mean? I could say whatever the fuck I want and nobody's gonna tell me shit. So with that also came like free thinking, bro. I could think whatever I want. Also, I could say whatever I want, think whatever I want. I'm not in a box like y'all because I'm free. Like my father said I'm free. So I don't have to think like y'all. That's how I was before. So I used to just say anything, which also got me into a lot of trouble. The 8 limbs of like the yoga sutras of Patanjali basically say like concentration of the mind, meditation. These are the last 3. And I wrote them down because they're key and I want to talk about that, right? Concentration of the mind, meditation, absorption. Once you get control of your mind and you can stop being a pussy ass bitch, you sit down second and be still in your mind, meditate, cultivate. Then the third comes absorption. Let me talk to y'all about some motherfucking absorption, okay? We are we are computers. We are computers. We are computers. The easier way to say it is we are instruments. We are God's instruments. Okay? God was in the studio when he was making us. 100%. He was fucking that shit up. I know he was getting real busy when he was making me. That nigga had a choir. He had every instrument playing when he was making me. It was tweaking in the studio when he made me. I know it was tweaking in the studio when he made Kanye. Tweaking in the studio when he made Beyonce. Even. You feel me? No cap. We are all instruments. Okay? Let me explain to you. Everyone is walking around to their own beat. Everyone has their own beat. Everyone has their own heartbeat. My heart is not beating at the same BPM as yours. Okay? We are different. We have different music. Everyone is walking around with their own music right now. Okay? So we have a heartbeat. We have heartstrings. We have strings. Okay? We have the drum. There's so many more, y'all. There's so much more. I literally did like a fucking fake tech talk on this, like, because I be giving my bros talks like this. I be talking like this to my friends all the time. I cut off anybody I couldn't talk to like this because this is the shit I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about like, no shade to baddies. I don't want to talk about none of that shit, bro. I don't want to talk about that shit. I want to talk about shit that actually matters, bitch. Because guess what? I'm not coming back next time. I'm not coming back next time. So get it while it's hot, nigga. Get it while it's still hot. And that's how I feel. I got to give it while it's hot. God's like, give it while it's hot, baby. Come on. This your last one. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love Earth. I love it. A lot of people won't understand what I mean, but I'm a 919, baby. 919, which means like I've been here before. I fucked up a lot of times, eh? But also like I find it fun being here. I find it fun. I find it fun, and I love Earth, bro. And I think the last time I was here, I was supposed to do what I'm gonna do this time, but I didn't do it. See, for me, I know when I fuck up. I know when I fuck up. The closer you get to source, the closer you get to self, you'll know when you fuck up. Look at the Egyptian, the god of creation of ancient Egypt, Ta, path. The path is there, baby. Open your fucking eyes and you'll see it. I had to open my fucking eyes. I really used to think I was crazy. I really used to think I was crazy. Not like think I was crazy, like damn, but crazy like I'm different. I used to feel like I was different and it was a bad thing. I used to think I was different and it was a bad thing. Little did my dad know. Little did he know. I love you, Daddy. You did know. You did know. So we're gonna end the podcast with this light. And honestly, y'all tell me which one y'all like better. Y'all know a lot about me now. Y'all know I was homeless. First of all, it was a lot for my pride. It was a lot. But I needed it. It was such a growth. It was so necessary for my growth to detach from everything that didn't serve me. Mindsets, people, environments, music that no longer served me. I needed to go through that shit. I needed to. The second that I was honest with myself and I told somebody at my label what I was going through, mind you, I was in the studio. I was in the studio almost every day. And nobody knew what I was going through. There would be nights where I would be in the studio late night with my daughter. When I would have to be like back early, you feel me, to make sure I was in time for curfew. I couldn't be out for X amount of time. Like, so anyways, I finally told somebody And I put my pride to the side. Mind you, I told my manager, I was like, listen, I'm gonna tell them at the label what I'm going through so they can help me. Because I'm just suffering in silence. Mind you, I had told my manager like already, like it had been like 8 months of me being in the shelter already. Nobody knew, bro. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. When I said that to my manager, he's like, what? Why didn't you tell me? Da 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 da. But yeah, mentalism, man. Mentalism. So boom. Anyways, once I finally came to terms and told them at the label what I was going through, they were like, oh, okay. It's like, we'll see what we could do. Da 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 da. Okay, right? And look at this. I told them on Thursday my situation. This was like a year already of me being in a shelter. I told them on a Thursday. That Monday, I got an email telling me that my apartment was ready for me. I was ready. I could move in whenever I want. So I'm like, let me go see the apartment. So I go, I see the apartment. So I come, they show me the apartment. The apartment's on the ninth floor. The ninth floor. The ninth floor. The apartment is the ninth floor and the beginning of my name, the letter of my name. So 9, my name. And I'm like, God, you talking to me, God? I'm like, God, this is where you want me to be? Like, this is where you want me to be, Lord? Okay. I'm like, okay, like, this is where you want me to be. I'm like, but God, like, this is like, but all the signs were pointing to this. When you're walking with God, when you're aligned, you got integrity, and you are literally listening to God and just not giving a fuck about what's outside, you going within, and it's obvious. It may not make sense to you, but it's like this is what it is. So that's it. Like, just do it. So I was like, okay, y'all. I signed my lease on the 29th. Signed my lease on the 29th to come and live on the 9th floor. Okay. The 9 girl, 919 girl for life. All of these nines, 999, I'm 29. I'm like, oh, fuck, damn. Right. So I'm like, all right, God, all right. I'm like, word? Me? Like, me? Nine, me? Heard you. So I left. I contemplated because, I can't make quick decisions like that. That's been my downfall too, being like too spontaneous. I have to think shit through. I have to. Certain things. Not too long either, because opportunities will pass me by if I don't do it when I'm supposed to. But that's that thing about knowing. You know when you're with God. So, anyways, I come back the next day. So when I go to the shelter, there's this guy who works there. And he's like, are you crazy? You better call them right now and tell them you're going to go take that apartment. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Da, 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 da. Like, you know how long people are waiting on the waiting list? Like, this is insane. Like, how the fuck did you get chosen so fast? And, da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, word? He's like, how did you get selected so fast? Like, da, da, da. Like, are you crazy? How did you not sign the fucking lease right there and then? Like that. I'm like, okay, like, all right, like, So I should have went that day, but I didn't. It wasn't meant for me to go that day. I went the next day. I wasn't even counting the days to know, like, oh, I'm going to go on this day. Like, no, it just happened that way. It just happened that way. And yeah. So basically, so the next day, so okay, boom. So he said that, whatever. I go upstairs and I just start packing my shit. In my mind, I already knew I was going to take it. In my mind, I already knew. Because it was 9, the ninth floor. It was everything. God was like, babe, this is for you, baby. This is for you. This is where you feel me? So I immediately went upstairs, started packing my shit. I already knew that the next day I was going to move out, or that I was going to go and sign the lease the next day. So then, um, I packed up some of my shit. I had a lot of shit in there because, hello, I was homeless for a year and I had my own 2-bedroom apartment upstate New York with with a backyard and everything. So I have a lot of shit. So little by little, I was bringing all of my shit to the shelter. It was a year's worth of shit. So it was a lot to bring out, right? So when I went the next day to sign the lease and everything, I signed it. I got my key and I came in here. And yeah, and this is a place where I'm gonna grow, just like my fig tree, just like my money tree, just like my mango tree. I love you, mama. I love you so much. Oh my God, every time I tell her I love her, I love you so much. You know what it is? Words are vibrations. Words are vibrations. Anyways, that's how y'all know I'm lit. Not really, because I do this on the regular. I've always been like that. I didn't need no drugs, no nothing to be lit. The reason I started smoking weed was to calm the fuck down, honestly. I was so different growing up that like I felt like I needed to relax. I felt like I needed to calm down. Women should be seen and not heard. No, bitch, what the fuck? I got shit to say. Just because you don't have shit to say, you just be seen and not heard, bitch. I have shit to say. Bitches that don't got shit to say should be seen and not heard. I have shit to say. I should be heard. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be understood. I had shit to say.